You're a hoe?
I said hello.
It cut off when as you were joining, I think, so it just sounded like you went, ho?
I did actually call you a hoe.
You son of a bitch.
Are we recording?
Yes.
How's your week been?
It's been alright.
I've been the same. More or less a regular week.
Eh. Nothing really bad or amazing has happened.
hmm I happened to watch the Nintendo reveal,
Mmm.
and I was wanting to talk about it because you were quoted as saying that this was like a great cast.
Other than Chris Pratt, yes.
Well, you didn't say that at the time.
I mean, I thought that was obvious in my reactions to it, where I was very confused at him and then was very excited about the rest.
I mean, as Mario, I guess that's a really confusing choice.
Yeah, it's just like, why
know,
him?
But you were quoted as saying that I absolutely love Chris Pratt and
I clearly did not say that.
that you believe his views as well. You adopt his views. I've heard this.
Aye,
I've heard these things.
no, totally. Yeah, that's actually 100% what I said. You don't need to check the video or anything.
No,
It's on my channel. You be watching that reveal. No, you just no.
Mm-hmm. Do you know? I've also seen somebody said crispy rat.
Crispy rat.
I actually can't think his name is anything else now. Crispy rat.
Crispy rat. Oh.
So I take it you've heard then about the backlash.
Aye.
Yeah.
About what he's the wheel him just I was disappointed that day when that happened, because I was like I wasn't like a huge fan of him like that, but I really very much enjoyed any of the movies I'd seen him in, enjoyed him in the Marvel stuff and all that, and thought it was pretty funny. And then I seen that he said that shit, and I was just like, wow, that's a shame.
I think it's one of these cases where the truth's kind of in between. You know, I think like he didn't start the church. You know, he didn't. He's not the one that's. It's because he's part of the church, which I think like is kind of wrong. Because he's no speaking for the church. He's no. You know, I don't know. I've never in my research. I've never seen anything or heard from anything from him that was homophobic or that kind of preached that.
Was there no like an actual thing he said that had people upset, rather than it just him being like a part of it?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
What was it?
It was a while. It was like last year or something, was it? No, I can't actually remember what it was. I remember at the time being like, and I'd just been like, oh, really?
That's disappointing.
Just like disappointed in him as a person, just being like, oh, really?
But then it just could be his upbringing, which is the case with a lot of people when they hold ignorant views. It's something they've inherited.
Aye, that's true. But like,
I think people, I don't know, I think people are, from what I've kind of seen, people are really willing to forgive him because he's hot.
I mean, that's how. I mean, look at fucking what's his name? Oh, who's the rapper that fucking beat the shit out of Rihanna?
Chris Brown.
I mean, look at him. He literally a woman beater, and he still has legions of fucking of female fans that are like just love him and don't like and defend him, and they're like, oh no, he's actually a nice guy and all this. And it's just like it's just because he makes good. It's just, I guess, because it makes music they like, and he's attractive. It's like he literally is a woman beater. How can you ever like just? How can you ever defend that shit? It's insane.
It's weird, like the things that people will defend. Like, remember, like last year when the R. Kelly documentary came out, and you know there were people in the documentary that were like, "No, he's not like that at all. He's not like that at all. He's not there talking shit." And obviously, he's been found guilty of like sex trafficking and stuff like that. And where are they people now? Are you still going to defend them? Well, like, what's the cut off? Because people love Ted Bundy, don't they? People love to like kind of idolize
Aye.
him. And I've seen people that like, you know, he wouldn't kill me and all this. Oh, it'd be different. What? What's the cutoff?
People be crazy, man.
People do be crazy.
People are down bad if they're defending literal serial killers. It's like, damn, get laid, please.
Yeah. I think it's like one of the things where like they just look at them and go, but I can change them.
Oh, that's just crazy to me as well. The whole I can
crazy.
I can change them kind of perspective. It's like, okay, good luck with that.
I mean, you take people as they are, love them as they are.
Yeah.
You know?
Or love them for what they are, or see them from what they are and get the fuck out.
Exactly. Oh, exactly, yeah. See them as a sex trafficking maniac. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that's so hot that you would be like, all right, I'm down to like commit major crimes here?
What do you mean commit major crimes?
Like they're so hot, like what? Like somebody that is so hot to you that you're like, you know, they're like, oh, here, hold my gun, and because with my other gun, I'm going to go and shoot people.
Oh, no, absolutely.
You know,
not.
like that kind of create, like, you know, no.
No, I think if there was somebody that if there was somebody I found really attractive, and then I found out they had done something like horrible that was really against my principles and things I believe, that would be an instant turn off for me. I'd be like,
yeah, deal breaker.
I wouldn't see them the same way.
I mean, what if they've went through like, you know, like they've seen the wrong in what they've done and they've kind of been like, you know.
I mean, it depends what it is. If it's something really bad, there's a certain level of like unforgiveness, then depending on what it is they've done. To be honest,
yeah, I guess it is kind of. I don't know what the word is. There's a word for it where it's particular to the event. No idea.
I couldn't tell you.
And my dictionary's 2 feet away, and I can't be bothered reaching it.
No idea.
Introductions.
Oh, aye.
I'll go first. Well, you go first. You're first. Yeah.
I totally have one. Totally haven't forgot to hinky one. Oh, in fact, okay. I guess I've got one that's. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Red. This week I was stopped by a random stranger under a bridge who wanted to have a conversation with me for some reason.
That's so mysterious.
It's so weird.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm John, and I don't know if your dogs are off the lead in an empty space and they go up to someone and like they're really happy to see them. Is that assault? Because if so, my dogs have assaulted 2 people today.
I guess that depends on like what the person's reaction was, how they feel about dogs.
This is the thing, like some people are just really polite and they would just be like, oh, it's fine, and then you know that you're going to get bitched about later at the dinner table. I feel like it was one of those things. But in any case, I messaged you earlier on in the week to kind of gauge if you had any ideas about maybe like an intro, like an animated intro for the podcast. Any more ideas on that?
I mean, the only thing I could really think of is since we the whole like kind of logo and stuff that you kind of created for the podcast, with that 8-bit Mario aesthetic, with us two as the Mario Brothers. I figured something along the lines of like some kind of Mario style thing of us like running and hitting blocks and like certain items coming out that maybe pertain to like the podcast, like things we've talked about and stuff. And then I was going into like a wee castle or something like that. It's just
that could be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had all sorts of wild ideas. I was looking up, I don't know, like kind of classic vintage TV intros. Because I was like, just get kind of get ideas of like the feel of it, like the 90s vibe, as it were. And it led me down a path, and I watched the intro to The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh, that's a good tune.
That is such a good intro. That is great. Something to aspire to, I think.
Mm.
hmm
Um,
But yeah, like the Mario kind of side scroller, that is a good idea. I think. I don't know. I just need to work on it, I guess. Just kind of see what the script is. My aim for my aim is to be kind of like just up the production a bit, if that makes sense.
mm.
So like obviously like I want to get a better mic, so clearer audio. Maybe down the line even record a few special ones. Like have the visual as well, like us sitting.
I like just have like us a video of us there, like.
I think that would be hilarious.
Mm.
Because the new, obviously the people don't see it; they just kind of hear our conversation. But I'm in my house and you're in yours,
Yeah.
so I'm not seeing you the new. I'm just kind of hearing your voice. But I think like if I was to see you, I think I don't know. It would just be so much. I don't know. It would just add something.
I could see that.
hmm
I'd,
And I think
yeah.
it'd be hilarious.
Yeah. That's something we definitely could do. Kind
hmm
of more video podcasty than just audio kind
hmm
of stuff.
I'll
Yeah.
need to lose, like so many stones and pounds for the camera, and I'll need to get my lashes lifted, and I don't know the implanted cheeks, everything. I'd be like that guy that thinks he's Jimin for BTS. Have you seen it?
Oh, I think I have seen that. There's been so many people that have done shit like that, man, to try and make themselves look like a celebrity, and then they just look like a fucking nightmare.
It's so weird.
I don't know
It's
why
so
people do this
strange.
shit, man. That's. Ugh. I like.
It's
I feel like it should be like against some kind of law or some rule as a plastic surgeon. If somebody comes in and it's like, I want you to make me look like this person, you should just be like,
yeah.
no, we're not doing that.
I can make you look like a better version of you, but I'm not making
like
you look like someone else.
I can do little adjustments to you that you want, but I'm not fucking I'm not going to say and try and transform you into like to look like another human being that exists in the world that you have a weird idealization for. That's just
Do you know
it's weird.
it sparks a really interesting conversation, because when you're in a bar and you see somebody that's too drunk, you don't serve that person.
Mm-hmm.
You can get in trouble if you continue to serve somebody that's like really, really inebriated or whatever it is. But like, it goes into like other people making decisions for you about what's best for your life, kind of thing.
Aye.
So like, say somebody who's overweight and they go into McDonald's and they're like, "I want 7 burgers." You're like, is it really up to them to say? Because they could be doing them a favour, just if they had any kind of like medical conditions, or do you know what I mean? Like there's arguments for a lot of for and a lot against, where they could be doing the person good, but then again, it's not up to that person to decide what's good for that person, if that makes sense.
It becomes, I guess, with the alcohol thing, it's more. You can also make the argument like if someone's like if someone drinks way too much, they can become a danger to other people, not just themselves.
Exactly.
But like with things like, oh, I'm gonna eat a lot of greasy food, or oh, I'm gonna get this really stupid tattoo with shit like that. It's like it's really only doing something to themselves, so it's a bit harder for you to be able to, say like, no, you're not allowed kind of thing. Because like, yeah, people will make that argument. It's like, oh, it's my my body. I can do whatever I want.
My choice. Yeah.
Even if it is something stupid, like fucking, oh, I want to get something really ridiculous tattooed on myself that's just fucking the dumbest shit.
Have you heard about? There's a lot of different kind of like extreme body modifications, but like one of them in particular is scarification, where like you purposely cause yourself to scar in lieu of a tattoo. But it's scar tissue is not good for your body, and or at least I'm led to believe. It's just you can't really ever stop people from doing what they really want to do, but you would always kind of advise them against it.
Aye.
Like
to be like, do you really want to do something that's really going to damage yourself? permanently like that. That's something that you might
Like
easily regret later.
some people get like their tongue split and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's
I'm not a rock star. I'm no like, I'm not pushing the boundaries of these kinds of things. But that stuff just kind of makes me think, right, that's great, but now what? Like, you've done the thing. Like you've got the surgery, or you've got the tattoo, or you've got this, or what's next? Because that's the natural evolution. People don't tend to stop at one tattoo.
true.
Or if they develop like a taste for piercings and being pierced, that just elevates. It's always about my next piercing, my next tattoo, or my next cosmetic surgery. Like, you know when does it end? Because like once it starts, I think it's really difficult to stop. So like I'm not judging people if like they've, as I say, like went through like extreme body modifications. Like for me, it's just kind of like when is it enough?
Yeah, that's true. It's like you'll see videos of people that are like seem to be covered like head to toe in tattoos, and they're talking about getting their next one, and you're just like, man, really?
I
You've not got enough? Like,
Mhm.
damn.
It's like again, it's like it's obviously your body and your choice, and I guess, or the way that I see it is like your body at the end of your life reflects the life you've had.
Yeah.
So like if you're at the end of your life and like you're just not like a blurry inky mess, like what for? I guess I don't like. I've got tattoos. I'm not slating people with tattoos. I don't like that. But and I get the idea of art behind it. Because art's a great thing and it's nice to be reminded of things and stuff like that. But it's just if you're tattooed like 80% of your body, like what made you go to 80? Why not stop at 10 or 20?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand that, I guess. But then I stopped at my second tattoo. That was enough for me.
I've
I
only
don't
got
feel like
the I've only got
I
the
don't.
one.
Mm-hmm. Have you got
Yeah.
any piercings? I don't think so. Do you?
No, I've never had the an interest in piercings at all in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been something that I've been like. A tattoo was a thing that was like, oh, that'd be cool having a tattoo of something that I like. I've always thought they were cool, but piercings, I've just been like, nah.
I've been the same. Here's an interesting question. If someone wanted to cut their legs off to get replaced with, like, say, really high grade limbs that just made things kind of like they ran faster, they jumped higher, all that kind of stuff, would you advise against it?
Probably.
I think I would too. Like, I think I wouldn't recommend damaging something that's healthy,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like, I have heard stories where people have wanted to like cut their arms off to be disabled,
Oh, that shit's insane.
which I found, to me, I just found just a wee bit crazy.
Aye.
Because
It's just
like what, like why?
it's just and it's like for the leg hang that you were saying, like if we were at that point where like you could have like prosthetic legs that were like better than human legs, and people were
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm gonna like intentionally get my legs removed so I can get better legs. I'd be like, okay, but that's like kind of fucked up, because like there are people that actually don't have legs who probably need that more than you, and if you're gonna
Aye,
intentionally do it to try and like get that, that's fucked.
it's yeah. I guess it's your body is a gift.
It's like your body works fine. You don't need it,
Hmm.
so it's just kind of fucked up to try and intentionally do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's nothing wrong with someone, or that's not for me to decide. But for me, there's nothing wrong with someone that wants to feel better about themselves.
Yeah, of course.
And
If you want to do stuff like that, to like it's stuff like tattoos and shit like that, because it makes you feel good and all that, then that's obviously
mhm.
you do
Yeah,
you.
and everybody's different. Everybody's entitled to live their life the way that they want.
Yeah.
But I guess the good thing about other people is that like it gives other people perspective, because some people will go through their life and go, oh, I'm not getting a tattoo because I've heard this and that, and then there'll be people on the opposite end that will go, I'm getting a tattoo because of this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess like the good point in talking about it is that people can then decide, well, what's enough for them. They don't need to do the same journey, if that makes sense. Like, say somebody that regrets their tattoos or regrets never getting one.
Yes, I mean, this is fucking. It's one of the things where it's like, do you want to get a tattoo? And what's better? Is it better to get a tattoo that you would regret later, or is it better to not get a tattoo and then be at a point in your life where you can't get them anywhere and regret not getting one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what one's like a worse situation to be in when we think about shit like that?
I guess it comes down to like just personal preference.
Aye. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of the things where it's like, if you're going to do something like that, make sure it is something that you're going to like. That's why I never understand people that are like, oh, I'm going to get like a band tattooed on me, or I'm going to get somebody's name tattooed on me. And it's like, you don't know if like 5-10 years from now that you're going to hate that person or you're going to hate that band because they do something horrible. Like, and then you've got that permanently on you that you have to either get removed, which costs a lot of money, or you have to get like another tattoo put on it, which will probably look ugly as fuck and cost a lot of money. It's like, why would you ever do that?
Yeah. MD that's got a lost profits tattoo.
Oof.
Do you know exactly? And there will be people out there who at the start loved them. Wow, these people are changing my life. I really identify with these people. And then all that's came out. And it's kind of like, some just say, I don't know, say you still had it, somebody could look at it and go like that, oh, I don't like that.
Aye, they'd get the wrong idea about you.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, they'd be like, they'd see a tattoo, be like, was that guy no a pedo? And you're like, oh, I got this before that came out and all this, and it's just,
yeah.
You don't want that happening.
You really don't want that happening. That's why I think that if my best advice for getting a tattoo is get something that you can live with. And get something that, if it's somewhere in your body that you can see, get something that you won't get tired of seeing. And get good work done. Go to a good artist.
Aye, the tattoos are one of the things. Like, if you're gonna get one, get a fucking a good one. Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap on it and then have, because it's going to be on you forever. You know what I mean? You don't want some shitty art on you that somebody's done that doesn't know what they're doing.
If you want to be like a walking piece of art, which I guess is why a lot of people do get a lot of tattoos, then go to a really good artist. Don't go to somebody who is just like, no offense to people who are learning, but like just fresh out of school.
Yeah.
You know, you want like a good practiced, experienced hand, especially if it's a big surface area.
Oh, do you do you mind that fucking that Billy Connolly story where he talks about a guy who goes around the world getting tattoos? And he goes to like, I can't remember what it is. I think it's in like Japan or something. He goes there and he goes to a tattoo place to get a tattoo, and he goes in and he asks, and it's a Scottish guy, and he wants a thistle on his back, like a big thistle on his back, and the Japanese guy's like, a thistle, right? And like just pretending he knows what it is because he's no sure. He's like, I don't know what a thistle is, and he's like, he's just like, alright, cool, I didn't bother, and then he gets the tattoo done, and then he fucking looks at it, and it's he drew, and the guy tattooed a pineapple on his back. It's just like, fuck, man. Like, that's probably one of the worst things to get confused on a language barrier, is that what you're getting tattooed on you.
I love how he was like, obviously he's heard thistle, and he's went, pineapple.
I don't know how he got from thistle to pineapple. I don't know if maybe like the word in Japanese for pineapple is like close to that, or what? Or I don't know at all. I have no idea, but it's such a funny story.
It might be like a visual thing, because like when you look at a pineapple, and you look at a thistle, they're kind of same. There's got a ball, and then there's like spikes coming at the
Aye,
top.
it's true. They're no super far off.
So maybe like the guys tried to describe it to him and being like, right, just imagine a ball and then like spikes coming at the top, and the guys went, "Oh, he's talking about a pineapple."
Like he probably like visualized it, like mimed what it looked like, and he's like, "Oh, I know what that is."
Imagine, I can just imagine like the tattoo artist, like, oh, fucking idiot, I know what a pineapple is.
That's so
That's
good, man.
hilarious.
Oh, poor bastard. Fucking, and that's just something that's like no easy to cover up. Like it's
No.
that big, just all your back. Like fuck, man.
It'd be funny if he like he just goes to folk, "Do you want to see my thistle?" and whips his top off, and everybody's like, "I can't see a thistle." Where is it?
Somebody sees it like, what the fuck? Why have you got that tattooed? And he's like, oh, I love SpongeBob, man. SpongeBob. Like fucking
SpongeBob is life.
Just Nick and Hinky that would make it sound like a reasonable thing to get tattooed. Oh fucking hell!
Did you know the thistle is a weed, technically?
Aye. Which is
Like,
it's a weed,
really,
but it's our national flower.
flower of Scotland, and it's actually a weed. It's kind of embarrassing.
It's not a bad looking weed though, to be fair.
I mean, no,
compared to some other weeds, it doesn't look too bad. You know, it's got a nice colour to it and all that.
And it's really spiky. It's like jaggies.
It'll look like it'll really hurt you if you go near it.
Like Scotland.
We've just got weird national things. Our national flower is a weed. Our national animal is a fucking unicorn. That's the thing. Like, just what the fuck?
By the way, not many people know about this, right? But you know, there's obviously like this Scotland versus England thing. You know, it's like, you know, it's a thing. It's, you know, it's us and them. Blah 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 blah. If you look at the United Kingdom, the badge that's on like passports and stuff like that, and like the Crown Office, it's got a lion and it's got a unicorn. Obviously, like England's national animal and Scotland's national animal. I don't know what happened to Ireland or Wales. Apparently, it was just England and Scotland that day. And the lion has a crown on its head, and the unicorn has a crown round its neck.
Oh.
And some have speculated that's kind of like when they were kind of coming up with the coat of arms, like a "fuck you, Scotland" kind of thing.
I've never really looked at it that closely before, so I've not really noticed. But that would be typical, eh?
It would be typical. But then again, like a unicorn might not be able to put a crown in its head because of the horn.
True.
So I could totally understand if it was a design thing at the time.
I mean,
that's a wee fun fact.
Aye. What even is like the national animal of like Wales? Is it just a dragon?
Oh, the dragon?
Is it the dragon? That would make sense.
Does the dragon have a name? I'm sorry to any Welsh listeners. I'm sure the dragon has a name. Ireland?
I googled national animal of Wales and it just says Welsh dragon. I don't know if that's what its official name is or what, but I guess that's what it is. Ireland?
I'd love to know that, yeah.
What's Ireland's? The Irish hare.
The Irish hare? Or bear?
Hare. A deer.
Oh, a deer?
It's called the Irish hare, but it's a deer.
Oh, is it like one of those mini deers?
I guess.
See, this is why it'd be better if we were filming, because we would have a screen and we'd be able to just like Google it there and then, and the listeners could see at the same time.
Although, well, wait, what is it? Hold on.
See, you're going to make me Google it now.
National animals of Great Britain and Northern Ireland apparently is the lion and the bulldog, and then
I get the London bulldog. I get that.
On Wikipedia,
British bulldog, sorry.
Well, on Wikipedia, apparently Northern Ireland just doesn't have a national animal.
Okay.
apparently. So I don't
Oh,
know if that's...
I'm looking now. The unicorn does have a crown on its head, but it still has a crown around its neck, and it's chained as well.
I'm looking at an actual like full artist. Somebody, I think somebody's. It's like it's like a crown around the neck, and then there's a chain attached to the crown, and then it's like wrapping around the body of the unicorn. What the fuck? That's so strange. Also, those hooves do not look comfortable to walk on. What the fuck? They're like fucking wee claws, like are pointing down to the ground. How the hell do you walk on them?
That's so bad. What a fascinating insight into UK culture.
Yeah.
This pod is bringing you everything.
Fucking... Oh, here! Oh, did you... What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, can we talk about how, like, the UK... why animals are lion? No lions in the UK. Well, there's no unicorns either, I understand that, but... you know?
Why is that a lion, actually? Like, I feel like... I mean, why would they go lion?
I've no idea. But what were you going to say?
Do you mind how last week there was a point in the podcast where we were talking, and then I was going to say something, but then I let you go first with your thing, and then I completely forgot what I was going to talk about.
Yep.
I remember what it was.
Tell me.
So all I was going to do, it's not the most interesting thing, I didn't, but I was just going to tell you about YouTube Shorts.
Right, okay.
And how you should totally think about... Well, last week, I was like, I hadn't posted any yet, but I was thinking about posting some. And because I thought it would be a good thing today. I was like, it could be good to get, it could be a good way of getting some like views on my channel and stuff. Just because of the way the algorithm works for like shorts and stuff, because it's basically YouTube's way of combating against like TikTok, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was only things where I was thinking about doing it, and I was like, oh, maybe you should think about doing it as well. That's what I was going to say last week. But then I started posting them last week as well. Like I think later that night I posted my first short, and then I've posted a few more since. And I would recommend it. Right, hold on. Well, somebody's at the door. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hold that thought.
It'll be a package for Frankie, no doubt. Frankie's always buying Amazon packages. Do you want to know what he's not buying? Juice. Juice for his fridge that I can have when I visit on a Friday. No. But when I buy juice for the fridge when I visit on the Friday, I can have a wee juice that's drank. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Every Friday I go, Hello?
Okay, I'm back.
Was that a package for Frankie?
Absolutely was. Of course it was.
How did I guess?
Okay, so where were we?
What were we saying?
So I was saying I've been posting some of these shorts, and
that's right, yeah.
They've been popping off a bit.
It's funny you say that because I've got a couple of shorts out, or I've got a few out, and they're my most successful.
Yeah.
My most successful. Like, they've got the most views. I think the two ones that are probably the highest average about 350.
Nice.
Which is pretty alright. I would say it's pretty alright. So yeah, definitely YouTube Shorts. And I think as well, see, because a lot of people just recycle their TikTok content or whatever like that. I think the algorithm works more for maybe stuff that isn't like that. I think because I've not even I didn't know about shorts when I put the videos up that length.
Oh, did it just automatically categorize them into it?
Aye. I think if it's under 10, maybe Or it could be less. I don't
No,
know.
it's up to 60 seconds. They can be.
Or 60. Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If you upload a video under 60 seconds, it immediately just puts it into a short.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Like you're coming at me with outdated knowledge. I think you're a YouTube guru. Like, oh, I'm
I
on
mean,
shorts.
was it
I'm doing
outdated?
well.
Was it outdated last week when I was going to bring it up to you? I mean, they've been out for longer than that, but I'm just.
Aye, they have.
It's one of the things where I was just like, I'd seen it about, and I was like, oh, maybe I should post them because they're maybe they'd get good reviews because they're like shorter videos and all that. And then a person that another guy called John, who I sometimes stream with and stuff,
But not me.
but not you. I know two different Johns now.
I thought of it.
And he was telling me about. He was saying how he started posting them, and he was like, either the views pop off, man. And you should really think about, getting some of your shorter clips and stuff for your streams and like just putting them up as shorts. And I was like, yeah, I should probably, I'll do it. I'll start doing it.
Yeah,
and
I think you'd do really well doing that, especially like see the fail moments or the big kind of moments. Like they're good to put in the shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they've been doing well. I've posted a few. I think one clip I've posted is like a recent thing, and then the other ones I've posted are like very old clips for old streams, but they've all been doing pretty well.
That's good. I like hearing that.
So yeah, pretty nice stuff. YouTube shorts. Hopefully they stick about for a decent amount of time and don't just drop off in like a month or something.
I think it is the future. I think there's some form of psychology behind it where, like, obviously YouTube want people. Well, when you're watching YouTube, most people watch YouTube on like their computer screens. Like because it's a watching experience. So like they would have TV or anything like that. But with the success of like TikTok and Instagram Reels and stuff like that, I think YouTube have been like, well, to get people on mobile to be like on the YouTube app. Shorts, because like people only maybe want to see information for a few seconds. I don't know if you've like went through the shorts on your phone, but within 3 seconds you can usually tell whether or not the video's for you. And you're scrolling whatever.
I think I was going to say, I'm pretty sure YouTube. I think most people do actually watch YouTube on mobile.
Think so?
I'm pretty sure because like. I mean, I imagine most people probably don't have a computer. Well, maybe have a computer, but they don't. They maybe use it mostly for like work and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's probably. I think it's more likely people watch YouTube. That YouTube is watched more on mobile devices than on an actual like desktop or laptop. I think.
Well, you'd probably know a lot better than me. But I was kind of always under the impression that YouTube, before Shorts, you kind of wanted your video to be about 10 minutes long. That was, I don't know, I think, was that in terms of like monetization?
Yeah, before, for a while it was, for quite a few years it was people would always try and make their videos minimum 10 minutes because that was like how much you needed to be able to like put a good amount of like ads on your videos and stuff. So a lot of people would do that. The average viewed videos would usually be like 10-15 minutes for the most part. But I think at some point like last year or something like that, it apparently went down to being like 8 minutes was the better time to do. So I don't know, but I don't really pay attention to that. I just post whatever. I don't really worry too much about lengthy videos when I post stuff. I just post whatever I feel like.
Yeah, your subscribers will want to watch you kind of whatever you're doing.
So, but apparently that was the meta new. I guess with YouTube short. I mean, it's just YouTube's way to try to compete with TikTok. I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's probably because like most people do watch YouTube on their phone. I think, and I guess they see TikTok as like this competitor of them. It's like if people are on TikTok, they're not going to be watching YouTube on their phone because they'll be on TikTok. So we should come up with something that combats that.
Yeah.
Something that people can get the same experience with, but just onto our app and like YouTube Shorts.
I guess as well, like YouTube are always kind of safe in which they can kind of copy what other people are doing and still remain YouTube. Like say TikTok, say they decided to go down the YouTube route and they were like, we want you to do TikTok movies. They last about 10 minutes. Then YouTube's got a competitor, like a huge competitor. Because they went there for, or a lot of people use the app for the shorts, but if the app got them to stay around for the longs, I guess YouTube don't want that competition, so they would rather kind of do whatever that everyone else is doing, just to kind of keep ahead up with it. I do think the shorts, especially, I think there's some form of psychology behind it. It's about like the human attention span.
I was gonna say that there. I think a lot of people, so many people have got such short attention, especially nowadays. People just don't have the attention span to just watch, to sit down and just watch something that's like quite long. So that's why things like TikTok and that fucking go so crazy and get so popular, because it's just these short, like, just quick videos you just scroll through and just
endlessly scroll through. I guess it's kind of like the new modern age of channel hopping.
Aye.
Whereas before you would kind of be like, you'd have your TV and your remote and you would literally just go through every channel and being like, what is on? What can I watch? That was like the first form of TikTok. Just snippets, just to see if you liked it.
Aye.
I guess. I do have to say, like with TikTok and like YouTube Shorts and stuff like it, obviously the algorithm will throw you specific people who are obviously making content every day. And some of the people, let me say, they've done nothing to me personally, but I actually want to go out my way to trip them up in the street. You know, if I was to ever see them. You know, like proper slide tackle. I don't know what it is, it's just like their faces, I just don't like it. I'm like, why are you constantly on my phone? Why am I seeing you all the time?
There's a lot of people on TikTok now that just make the cringiest stuff.
Real cringe shit. And like real shit.
It is pretty bad, some of the stuff you see on there.
I get that, like, it's people expressing themselves, and it is a form of creativity which I can respect, but see, at the same time, I kind of wish it was like seriously censored or structured in a way where it's like, no, you can't do that. That's been done. No, you can't lie that she's your girlfriend one video and then your sister the next. No, you can't do that.
Oh Jesus!
You know, like you can't do. Oh no, you can't do that. You can't give money to a homeless person and record it. No, you can't do that. Move.
Did you see? This was a while ago. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find like an article about it or something like that. Oh, what is it?
Was it about Chris Pratt and you handshaking outside the Westboro Baptist Church?
Fucking Westboro Baptist Church, Jesus.
Apparently that's where he goes. That's what the people are saying.
So this was a fucking story. Why? Okay. Don't fucking play. I hate. I've never gone on this website again. One of the websites that's like, oh, let me just play the video for you automatically without you wanting to without you clicking on it. God damn it.
No.
Right. Apparently this Ukrainian TikToker, this was like, this was in June this happened. He did a TikTok where he gives an iPhone to this young lassie. I don't know how old she is. She looks like, I don't know, like maybe 7, 8-year-old or something like that. Very young. It's like a video of him giving her an iPhone as a gift, right? As if to, obviously try to like get views. Feel like, oh, look how nice and kind-armed. I'm just giving this expensive technology to this young girl as such a gift. I'm such a cool, nice person. But then he tried to take it back after the video was done, but somebody else was continuing to film. And he like tried to like take it back after.
The nerve.
And the mother was there, and she was like, "You're not taking it back. You can't get a fucking iPhone to a wee lass like that, and then just take it back like that. It's fucked up." Like she was adamant. She was like, "You're not taking it back, right?" And it's like, "Aye, of course."
Totally, yeah.
And like the guy was like trying to like, he was trying to like clearly bullshit like, "Oh, it's not even a real phone. It's just a fake like prop." And she's like, if it's a fake prop, why do you want it back so bad?
Exactly.
and all that, and she was
Why
just like,
can't you
and
have
like
it?
the wee lassie was trying to like open it and stuff, and like if she was trying, whenever she tried to open it, he would try and like grab it off her and stuff, and it's just like, man, what a piece of shit. Like,
Such a
just
shit.
fucking,
Yeah.
like, it's already bad enough. I mean, it's kind of a great. I feel like it's a great area, right? Where people always like whenever you see videos of people doing nice things for, like homeless people or something like that, and they like film it and like put it up on YouTube, and you usually you'll have some people that'll be like, oh, did you really have to film this? You know, you couldn't have just done this at the kind of charity. You have to get
Exactly. Yeah.
views. And then a lot of people are like, well, that's better than just doing nothing at all. Even if they are doing it for views, they're still at least doing it. So it's like, and it's like
Yeah.
it's still getting done, but like I can see what you're coming from with that. It is kind of weird to do that just for views.
And they will say that it inspires other people.
Aye, and it's like,
yeah.
so I mean, it's here and there. Like some people, like with some people, you can clearly see that yeah, it's getting views, but they're still doing the nice thing. But I think it's clear when somebody's doing it out of kindness and they're making videos out of it because they think it's like they're like it's good content, but also it's nice to show this kind of thing. You can tell the difference between the people and the people that are literally just doing it for views and nothing else. Like you can usually tell when just the kind of people. But like this is like a next level of fucked up. Like let me show me doing this nice thing, and then immediately take it back because I don't actually want to do the nice thing. I just want people to think I'm doing it. Like fuck man.
That is so rotted. It is so rotted.
Such a scut, especially to date to like a child.
Exactly.
Like fucking.
An adult will understand that you're just a prick.
Aye, but the child will be heartbroken and no understand like what's happening and be like, what the fuck?
The kid will be like, wow, there's so many bad people in the world. I'll never trust any gift I get given again.
Aye.
Because I'm going to get it taken back. Piece of shit.
It's so bad.
Piece of fucking
so
shit.
Bad.
But like, props to the mum by standing and be like, no, she's getting it. On your way, rogue.
He tried to gear money for it. He tried to gear $73 to get the phone back, mate. If it was just a fake prop, why would you try and gear money for it? But the mother was like, you gifted her the phone, it's hers now. You're not getting it back.
I would love to see how it would go in court. Because because the guys never went to them beforehand and went, by the way, this is just a skit, I'm going to hand you a phone, act like you've won it, and then, when we're finished, I'll take the phone back. They never had that conversation like that. So, literally, like that mum and the child, all they know is a man came up to them and gave them a phone.
Oh, he done the classic. He done the classic line, it's just a prank.
Oh.
How is that a prank?
Where's the goof?
Where do people know what the word prank means? How is pretending to give a stranger's child a gift for a video a prank? How is that a prank?
Do you know what prank means these days? Something that I intended to be funny and great actually fell flat in its arse. So it's just a prank.
Aye.
It's just a joke. But it's not. Or like that. I mean, we don't obviously know the circumstances of like the mum and the kids, but MD getting an iPhone would be amazing. Even if you didn't want it, you could probably still sell it for a good bit of money.
Aye.
And that guy is just a piece of shit for basically dangling the carrot.
Aye, absolute scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking just.
I'm so glad somebody got that in video though.
Aye.
I'd like when it comes to like these as I say, I guess anything you watch these days on the internet, take it with a pinch of salt. Like even if it is something like really charitable, I'm always I'm not constantly questioning, but like I'm thinking in the back of my mind, how have these events transpired? How's that person got there to do that charitable act? Is it staged or is it a genuine moment of charity? You can never really be sure when you see it. I don't think.
The only channel there's only one channel on YouTube that I've ever watched that does that kind of stuff, and it's because it's pretty like clear that it's all like real. Is Mr. Beast. His whole channel is just I've got loads of money that I make for my channels and sponsorships, and I'm just gonna give away to people. I'm gonna give it away to my friends by making them do crazy challenges. I'm gonna give it to just random people. I'm gonna give it to fucking, I'm gonna give it to homeless people, I'm gonna give like all this stuff to food banks, like just crazy shit like that. And it's just like, it's clear, like it's all real. He genuinely is doing it, and it's just. It's actually it's a genius thing he's came up with, where he's just got this forever looping cycle of make video that will clearly get tons of views because it's like titled things like giving away fucking $100,000. It's gonna get a lot of views. Therefore, that video makes a lot of money. Therefore, he can then make that into even bigger ideas with all the money he's made for that, and then it just gets another bigger video that gets more views, and it just it just loops and loops. He forever makes all this money off these crazy ideas that he can afford to do, and it's genius.
There's something to be respected about that, because obviously he is doing it for the views, and he's obviously no shy in saying that, yeah, I'm keeping the money or some of the money so that I can enjoy myself. I've earned my money, but I'm also using the views and the money to help more.
Yeah.
So essentially, like, the more that he gets, because, well, I'd imagine at this point he's probably set for life.
Aye, for sure. And
so any more money he gets at this point, I'd imagine he could just write it off as charity, because he's not really. If he's got everything, then why would he be interested in more?
It's good stuff, because it's like, and the thing is, like, these videos now are like, they're not just him just giving people money. Like, it's not just a video of him just walking up to people and going like, here's money, and that's it. Like, he actually makes it into good, like, he actually makes good content because he does crazy shit. Like, he'll do things like 100 people in a fucking big circle, and whoever stays in it the longest gets like an insane amount of money. And they're like, in the videos, they're in there for literal days. Wow. Like try to win the money, and it's like that's a good video. Like seeing how long they'll last, and fucking it's just crazy shit.
I would do it.
No, like how long would you stay in a circle, just fucking painted in the ground? For like, how long would you think you could stay in there if you were going to win like 100 grand? You know what I mean? Like how far do you think you'd be able to go?
Well, for 100 grand, I think my limit would probably be a year.
A year?
Well, 100 grand is a hell of a lot of money, and if you think about it, is like 1 year's wages. Then it's, in that 1 year in the circle, if I won the 100,000, then it would be the highest paid I've ever been. I've never earned 100k in a month or a year. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I just say these things.
Yeah. But he's a cool guy. I don't know.
You never know.
I never know. I whenever I'm hungry, I go into the kitchen, I'll open the freezer or the fridge or whatever, and I'll look and I'll be like, what do I fancy? And then I'll be like, I'll make that.
One of these weeks you're going to know what you've had for dinner, and you'll actually have an intro line.
Unless I've got an actual like craving for something, which is not, not usually often that I'll have like a craving for a specific thing, specific kind of food. But yeah.
I don't know what I'm having tonight. I actually don't.
Wow, that makes quite a difference.
I know. Well, Alan's going out, so he's not going out, but he's going round to his mum and dad's, and I reckon he's going to have dinner there, so I need to make my dinner. So I might just order a pizza. I don't know. We'll see. You'll all find out next week.
I'm sure the audience are excited to know what John had for his dinner.
We'll set a premiere. We'll get people queuing. But yeah, I'll need to go and feed the puppies.
It is. We've been gone for a good amount of time, so I think that's a good place to stop. So yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. And questions, comments. You should probably leave it in, like while you were away, checking to see what the package is. I had a wee rant.
Did you? Okay. And I'll have to have a listen to that when I'm editing.
Trust me, like you will need to edit it. It wasn't obscene or muck, but yeah, I had a wee bitch. And
okay.
If people want to hear more about that situation, I'd love to know. Would love to know.
Well, yeah, thank you all for watching and listening, and I will see you all next week.
See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.